Hey, what is going on everybody? What I have for you today is going to be my first ever Black Ops 2 weapon comparison. Today we're going to compare the MP7 versus the PDW. The reason for this being is because you unlock both of the guns at level 4, so as soon as you can make your own custom classes you can start leveling up these guns, which I feel like is a huge advantage over other guns, simply because by the time you actually unlock something like the MSMC or even the Scorpion Evolution 3, you will already have lots and lots of experience with these guns and probably do way better with these than you would do with the other guns. But first off, let's take a look at some of these stats. After that, the recommended class setup with, of course, the recommended attachments as well. So first off, both the guns, like I said, are unlocked at level 4, which compared to the other SMGs is extremely early, and it will give you a little edge on to other SMGs. But of course, between these two, that's not a difference. Next up, we have the amount of rounds per minute, and this is where you will see the first difference, and that's actually quite a big difference. So first off, the PDW shoots 720 rounds per minute, which for the SMGs is rather low. It's just as low as the MSMC, which are the two slowest shooting SMGs. Now next up we have the MP7, which shoots at about 900 rounds per minute, which for the SMGs is somewhere in the middle. Both the Vector and the Scorpion shoot about 1000 rounds per minute, so the MP7 is kind of in the middle and the PDW is all the way down there. So that's kind of a big difference, and this will definitely help you out a lot in those close quarter situations that so often happen in Call of Duty. Next up we have the magazine size. So the PDW regularly comes with 50 bullets, which is quite large for the average SMG in Black Ops 2, and with extended clips it buffs it up with 15 bullets for a maximum of 65. Now the MP7 comes with 40 bullets regularly and 54 with the extended clip. Now of course this is less than a PDW, but still for the average SMG that is in fact quite a lot. On with the reload time, the PDW has a 2.59 reload time, which is rather slow compared to the MP7, which has a 1.86 reload time, which of course is just half a second. To some of you that may be nothing, but in some situations a faster reload time can really mean the difference between either staying alive or ending up dead. Next up we're going to take a look at the damage pattern for both guns. So first off, the PDW has a damage of 35 to 18, which means that up close it can kill a person in 3 bullets. Now the MP7 on the other hand has a damage of 32 to 18, which means that up close it would take up to at least 4 bullets to kill a person, which of course is a huge difference, but it is actually not the biggest difference between the two guns. The biggest difference between the two guns, if you ask me, is actually the recoil. As you can see on the screen right now, the PDW has a very manageable centered recoil, while the MP7 just goes ham on the entire wall and has a huge horizontal recoil, which if you ask me is a great and huge difference between the two guns, which comes to my final conclusion that the PDW overall is the better SMG over the MP7, simply because I feel like accuracy is a very big deal in Call of Duty, and if you can't be accurate at medium to long range, the gun is very hard to use. Of course, in those close quarter situations, like I said before, the MP7 is definitely going to shine way more than the PDW, so for those extreme rushes out there that don't really sit back and wait every now and then, go for the MP7, as it is probably going to help you out just a bit more than the PDW. Now with that said, let's take a look at my recommended class setup. So first off, we're going to take a look at my MP7 class, which is of course focused on speed and aggression, simply because like I said, this gun is going to shine when you're up close to an enemy. So perk 1 we have a lightweight, perk 2 fast hand, perk 3 dexterity and extreme conditioning. All of these perks are mainly focused on helping you stay on the move and helping you do everything just a bit faster. Lightweight helps you to sprint a bit faster, fast hand allows you to throw your equipment faster, dexterity allows you to zoom in faster after sprinting, and it also allows you to climb over obstacles faster, and extreme conditioning of course allows you to sprint for a longer duration. Lethal is all up to you. I use the Semtex. I kind of have like a little love for the Semtex. I've been using it ever since MW2. Tactical is also up to you. The attachments on the other hand are very important for this class. So first off, I use the laser sight. Now for those of you that still don't know what the laser sight does, the laser sight is actually steady aim from the previous Call of Duties, and secondly I use fast max. Now the reason for this being is because like I said, with the MP7 you want to be up in the enemy spawn, but if you actually need to reload, I really appreciate it if my reload would be a bit faster than it would usually be. You can of course switch these fast max up with something like a silencer if you really want to stay off the radar and use something like Ghost instead, but that is up to the PDW class that I'm going to show you right now. This class was actually focused on staying on the move and also staying off the radar. So first off, the attachments, once again the laser sight. I just love to use the laser sight on every single SMG. That's just a little habit of mine. I always use the laser sight. And secondly, the suppressor, of course, to stay off the radar, together with perk 1 Ghost and also lightweight to stay on the move and also stay off the radar. Perk 2 fast hand, perk 3 dexterity. Once again, the lethal and the tactical grenade are all up to you. You can also switch out the lethal or the tactical and actually put up a secondary even with an attachment if you want to, but I would definitely stick to the lethal grenade and the tactical grenade, as it kind of helps you clear those buildings. But anyway, that was it for today's weapon comparison. I I do plan on doing a lot more of these in the future, but for now I would really appreciate some feedback. I'm not asking for a like, you can even leave a dislike if you really want to. I'm just asking for some feedback, how I can improve these videos, how I can just make these series overall just a better series, and also I would really like to know which weapons I should compare in the next video. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see some of you next time. Take it easy.